Hello and welcome to MCE Live. We have been gone for some time for the holidays, but this is our first episode of 2024. Let me bring on our panel. We got Chris,
Howdy.
Jericho,
There he is.
Hello.
Paul,
Hey, everyone.
Jordan,
Good evening.
and Nora.
Hello.
This is our first episode in a few months, a few weeks. How's everyone been?
Good.
Not bad.
I mean, it's been a while since we talked. Last time we talked, the Wolves were in first place in the West, and the Timberwolves today are still in first place in the West. So, yeah.
Yay.
And when was the last time that
I was
happened?
kind of hoping we were going to go for like a Dr.
Wow.
Manhattan thing and in April, first place in the West.
That would have been the thing to do. And to Kyle, to answer your
Next time.
question, never been in first place for more than 10 days before this year. So it's a special time.
And who cares, really? Because we're going to make the playoffs, so we really want a championship, right? We just want a championship.
Yeah, comics are cool and everything, but we want a ring.
Yeah, a ring would be nice.
All right, I'm sharing this onto the page.
See, I think the five of us here besides Nora are basketball fans. Nora does not like basketball.
That sounds like a personal
I like
problem of
basketball.
Nora.
Sorry. Yeah.
How okay, everyone here, how would you get Nora watching basketball? How would you sell her to watch basketball?
It's a hard
And
sell.
Poker.
I tried
Okay.
I tried Space Jam. That didn't work out. So
Wait, the new one or the original?
the original. I didn't put her with I didn't do the LeBron stuff. So
I think
He got
yours a
game.
lost cause.
I've said that.
No,
before.
I have watched Space Jam. I have watched it.
She's got to watch Denzel and Jesus Shuttleworth.
He got game.
He
Yeah.
got game.
That game.
Yeah.
So she's got. We're loving basketball.
But
High
I
School
don't think
Musical?
There you
I
go.
have watched High School Musical. Troy Bolton.
I don't know what
Wow.
that means.
Get your head in the game. That's what that means.
She knows all the songs from the movie.
No,
Well,
I don't.
all three of them. So
There's more than 3. There's 3 movies. Or 2 movies.
yeah, there's 3 of them. I would know. Trust me. If someone's watching so I grew up with, they would know. So, something you guys know about me, I used to sing karaoke in High School Musical, but it's a long time ago.
You love musicals still.
So
I'm sure it was lovely, Kyle.
it's no, people's ears started bleeding, so it was not lovely.
Let's not talk about that.
So while that we were not doing the exchange show, we went live with something. We went live with the poster for our upcoming show. I'm gonna share it real quick. So, oops, sorry.
Oh,
Scott
whoa,
Rolfs.
whoa. It got really weird there for a second. It got like
Yeah.
super
Ooh.
big. I like
So-
that
All
effect.
posters. Yeah, me
Everybody.
too. It's like it's coming at me.
Yeah, we picked 3 winners, and these aren't the order of the winners. They just are the order that we chose to have the 3 winners be in. And Scott got the spring show, and this is the poster. We love it. And
then we
yeah, can't wait.
we have not showed the other 2 yet, have we? To the public?
No,
No. Okay.
Secrets.
But yeah,
When are we going to do that tonight? I feel compelled to ask.
I don't have them queued up, but if someone gave them to me, I could queue them up if they wanted to. We could also do that.
It's
You
okay.
know, that could be something that we talk about for a future episode before we do the February show.
I have the edited ones from the artist back, and you guys don't have them, so unless you got them out of the email, but which you could have. So
Or you could have, yeah.
But the one from Mariah came back earlier today. So,
And that one's going to be
We'll have to check
for,
that out.
and that's the summer
June-
show, right?
June 8th. Yep,
June
June 8th.
8th. And then we're still taking applications for the show in February.
Yep, the show in February, applications end on January 31st, end of the month.
So you can either go to our Facebook page, and we've been posting it quite often on the group page. So if you want to be a vendor of the upcoming show, the application is right there to apply.
That it is.
And just on, housekeeping, is there anything new in the MCE that we want to talk about? Chris, you're wearing something that you can talk about right now.
Yeah, we got like 4 hats left. So if you're in the group, which if you're watching this, you probably are, we have.
A random guy from Alaska, maybe watching too. So
That's true. We got 4 of these hats left.
You can still buy one.
You can $20. Find the page, find the post. I'll bump it later, and then we can get more. But then the first batch is gone. Who knows? Next batch may be a different color.
Ooh, it's like a variant.
kind of like the buttons that you created and the stickers or the buttons. So
Just tons of colors, right? Get rainbow hats. Where they're just different stitching.
yeah, that's
Okay.
yeah. Nora, you just want to wear a beanie all the time. So I do
Not
too.
all the time.
Oh, hey,
You don't have
I'm
hair.
I'm still rocking the old one that we have. So
Until we
what's
get
the
the fresh-
prototype?
Mine fell onto the ground at work, and on the ground where it fell, you don't put it back on.
You don't know where your other ones are.
So it's on the floor of my car, and I should wash it.
Anybody else? You have anything to share about the MCE? I know later on we'll be talking about the ending of the fantasy league that we just had, but beyond that, do we have anything else we want to talk about for the exchange?
We're rolling out eventually a feedback form on if you do a trade or just interaction. So like there was an old post that kind of got lost in the works where you would go and put somebody's name and like a plus, but that gets lost. So, and people may not want to do that. People may want to be anonymous, and that's fine. So we're going to make a system of feedback and then log it. So that'll be fun. It'll keep up group quality, actually. So people are having problems with people, and it makes sense. Can remove individuals and stuff like that. But we never want to do that. But we want everybody to have a great time and not feel any negative way.
And I feel like that kind of ties into the theme of this episode for 2024 goes. We want to keep the exchange a positive place still. So, and that's one of the key factors there.
There's enough negative spots on the internet.
Yeah, YouTube,
Agreed.
Facebook, Twitter, it's all there.
Follow us on all those platforms, please.
Well, we don't have the exchange does not have a Twitter account. So,
I don't think
Chris
I do.
does. So,
I have a Twitter account.
that you really don't use, right?
I used it one day. I would have to reset the password to get back into it, and that seems like a lot of work.
It's a lot of effort, to be honest. It's a lot of effort just to log into the app sometimes.
And then I'll make the password, and it'll be like, you can't use your former password.
Like, I can't log back in. Yeah, been there. All right, so before we dive into 2024 goals, I mean, we had a recap, our last episode's recap. Tommy came on, and Tommy was a great addition to the show. I'd love to have him on again. Amy, you're another person that should come on to the show eventually.
Mhm.
So, but before we do that, though, Nora, it is your time to do your weekly feature picks of next week. You
I think
ready?
some of them are yours though too. Yes, and we can have an open discussion of those who read. Yeah, like this one, Kyle. This one is more you, so go for it.
I'm not sure if you guys know about Crashdown.
Scout Comics.
It's Scout.
No.
No, Massive and whatnot. Comic Tom is doing his own comic book. And he's got Ben Templesmith on art. Ben Templesmith has been in Minnesota a few times now. He was at Twin City Con and Minnesota Con. And if you've ever read 30 Days of Night, that's what he's known for. And this is Comic Tom and Ryan from the show doing a sci-fi horror book. So I was intrigued to see how well that's done. I'm sure we've all here have watched at least 1 or 2 episodes of Comic Tom. So
Have they given us any more of like a plot synopsis of what other than just kind of saying the genre is going to be science and horror?
I think what I've heard is that Tom and Ryan really pushed the button on how much gore they could have in this book. Basically, they want to go the route of Alien. So
I can try to pull it up here if there's a little bio.
I'm very interested to see how the community reacts to them releasing a book, though, too.
Okay, so it says equal parts Lost and Alien with a Lovecraftian twist. Crashdown delivers a dark vision of our world's final days. The Earth is dead. Humanity's last hope is the distant planet Empyrean, and a ship full of colonists ready to repopulate our civilization. But what happens when their new home doesn't want them there, and it fights back? So it's a 3-issue story of suspense and survival.
And I think they wanted to go more than 3 issues, but I think Massa and whatnot were like, okay, let's just see how these first 3 do. So
yeah, $3.99, $4 book.
Hey, at least it's not a $6 book like Marvel right now. Marvel and DC. So
That's true.
what's now going into Marvel, and if
I think it's a $6 book.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get back into my Star Wars love. I feel like I've lost it for a while. But anyway, what better to do that than Thrawn? This is, I think, going off of one of the Thrawn books that Timothy Zahn wrote, and now they're bringing in Jody Hauser to co-write it. I mean, if John Palm were here, maybe he'd be excited too. But yeah, check it out. We'll see. I might be waiting on trade for a lot of Star Wars ones, but yeah.
My personal opinion, I think Star Wars reads better in trade.
Yeah.
So.
And then obviously Resurrection of Magneto. Jericho is probably excited for this as well.
Very much so.
Yeah, L. Ewing can do no wrong. So, yeah, I'm ready. I recently, last year, read Trial of Magneto. So, I don't know if this. I think this not. It's not.
And I think we know that the exchange is very mutant friendly. Like, there's a lot of us that are X-Men readers in the exchange, and if you're reading current comics, I won't be surprised if this book's picked up by a lot of us.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Then I think it's at least the 3rd book Al Ewing's written Storm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he writes a great Storm. So.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
I'd have to say, yeah.
Oh no, go ahead. Storm.
No, Ghost Machine.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot about all of this Ghost Machine stuff until Kyle pointed out that it's coming out. So I think it's kicking off Jeff Johns' world
Gary Frank.
with Geiger. Yeah, bringing in these characters. So I'm gonna check it out, see what it's like. I like Geiger.
Anyone here reading Geiger or Habit Geiger?
No.
I wanted to ask that because I feel like I'm out of the loop.
It's Is it literally so it's like an imprint of an image, which is now Ghost Machine. So he's building this universe that started with Geiger, and then Red what's his name? The guy.
Red Coat.
Yeah.
Red coat. Red coat. Yep.
He also did his I think his comic came out already, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
It's
I don't
very
know
s-
what he is.
We
It's
didn't
very
pick
similar
up
to
Red
Mark
Coat.
Millar's Big Game,
Yeah.
where the writer and the creators have built a verse across multiple books, and this is sort of a culmination of a crossover for them.
Yeah. That's a
Because
good
I
way
think
to
this
put
is Geiger verse.
Yeah, it's the guy. Yeah, this is the kickoff of the whole Ghost Monster, a Ghost Machine imprint that
Yeah.
Image is having. So,
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna check it out.
and
Is there anything
Paul.
else? Oh
yeah, Paul, you have something you want to talk about for next week too. That before we came on, you gave Nora some crap about.
Well,
well noted.
yeah, I mean there are a couple things. I mean, first, of course, there's Immortal Thor, written by the immortal Al Ewing, who Nora can praise on one hand, but also forget to include on the other. But I think that series is one that's coming out next week on Wednesday, the next issue, number 6, and it's been really fun so far. The last issue was a cool team up between Thor and some other Thors who have appeared in the continuity, and there's a lot of fun going on, along with a bit of mystery. And then I think another one too that I'm looking forward to, Beast World number 5. It's been a pretty cool crossover event, kind of mainly featuring the Teen Titans, but across the DC universe. That, like, frankly, I've been tired of crossover events from DC and Marvel. So the fact that the main to me, this will be an issue number 5 next week on Wednesday, and 1 through 4 have all been really fun experiences. So I'm looking forward to that book as well.
Yeah, we didn't pick up that Beast Wars. We've been reading Titans, but we never picked up Beast Wars because it's such a huge crossover, like so many issues. So.
Yeah, I haven't read any of the tie-ins. I've just been reading Beast Wars 1 through 4, and I regret nothing. It's been really good.
And Jericho have something to add too.
Oh, I was just gonna say, there's a couple other books with big writers. Bone Orchard Mythos Tenement, Jeff Lemire's book, number 8, comes out next week. That's been highly recommended by a lot of people. I have not read it. I wanted to catch up. God's number 4 by Jonathan Hickman, which it's been a slow burn, but I thought Oblivion's coming. So I want to see what happens in number 4. And then I've been catching up on Ben Percy's X-Men or Wolverine and X-Force. Last Wolverine 42 was amazing.
It was insane.
And it's Wolverine's birthday, so we get a surprise visitation from Sabretooth. But also hand in hand, X-Force by Percy. This is X-Force versus Beast. And so if doesn't have to be on the same gore level, but if the dynamic exchanges are close, it's this is the culmination of X-Force realizing that Beast always goes bad, and we've got to get his ass. So that should be fun too.
Yeah.
To tie it back to the Crashdown, I would love to get that book and hold it right next to the pages from Ben Percy's Wolverine, the latest issue, and just get a sense who actually has the most gore.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to check out Crashdown.
I was surprised.
Cool.
Yeah, Nora and I both read it, and because we're both like Victor Lavelle, who's also writing Sabretooths, and he joined Percy on that, and we were shocked at how gory that book actually was, especially for Marvel. So.
Yeah. It says this is not a kid's book, so on the cover.
It's not.
People are dead, folks. No spoilers.
There's body parts.
they and then it's not just it's not nobody. They're dead.
Yeah, they're dead. I know some people were a little upset about it.
Well, we could bring on those folks who are upset. We know them.
Yeah.
I think they would love to come on to the show eventually.
Yeah.
This is perfect timing talking about the comics that we're currently reading and collecting. Going into the new year, we're 17 days in 2024. What are you currently reading or collecting?
Who wants to start?
So I'll kick it off. I just finished with a little bit of Christmas money. I bought a hardcover copy of Secret Wars. I have read it before, and I just read it again, and it was a lot of fun to go through. So that's what I've been reading on the collecting side. I said it before, I'll say it again. Always trying to get some Silver Age Thor and some World's Finest
Good things to collect.
as things to collect.
Give me 1 second. There we
Just
go.
keep Paul's face.
Yeah, it
I'll
was.
go ahead and take it from here whenever you're ready. If you just go around the horn. I guess
Yep. There we go.
we got to work on that.
Yeah, it's getting a little. For some reason, StreamYard's acting
You're-
up today.
Your fingering
No,
is
that's
inaccurate.
me. It's because it's a mirror, and I was expecting my finger to go the other direction. So for what I'm reading is, and I need to check to see if there's anything new on Marvel Unlimited. It's pretty much just Ben Percy stuff. Wolverine, Ghost Rider. I got to work on some X Force. I didn't mean it to be like that. That's just how it is. As far as what I'm collecting, a lot of Ghost Rider stuff. I picked this guy up off
I am
Facebook
not
Marketplace.
Yeah.
I'm not jealous.
And by the time I got there, the lady had already gotten a higher offer from someone else, but I was on the way, so that worked out very nicely. So that was a fun little surprise jaunt. Looking for some later Ghost Riders, looking for some later GI Joes, and I think this is the year. The price point on the Marvel Spotlight 5 seems to be at a somewhat affordable place. So looking for one of them. If anyone's got a good deal and wants to price it at or below eBay sales, hit me up. Yeah, I think I'll kind of pass it on from there.
Okay. And now, Nora, what do you have?
Okay, I had to make an escape while Jordan was talking to grab more things to show. So what am I reading is always a question because I'm reading a lot. So we're not going to go into what I'm reading currently, but we're going to look at a few things of what I want to read this year, and they're all big books. So I'm going to keep the X thing going right now. I have not read. This is Peter David's X Factor. It's come recommended to me that I need to read this old school stuff, or not old school, from the 80s. So I got to read this. And I've been having this Laura all new Wolverine stare at me for so many years. I got to read this.
Read that instead.
Okay, well then yes, obviously.
I'm teasing. I'm totally teasing. Whoever recommended that loves you and loves the
No,
title.
I was there when that X Force was coming out. I'd say read that instead. It'll still be there for you.
That's fair. Yeah.
Who recommended it to you? Do you
Neil.
recall? Oh,
Well,
okay.
Oh, there goes the bus.
No, like it was when it was a good deal, and I'm like, okay, I want to buy this. I was getting all this X-Men love. So yeah.
I'm
Next
teasing.
one.
It's good stuff. I do like all new though. So
Well, and Kyle and I just got these, so we're both going to read these. Whew. These are almost all of Bendis's and the Leaves Daredevils.
that's good stuff.
Yeah, we haven't read them yet, so we have 2 through 4. We got to get 2 more of them. And then this is the Batman and Robin Tomasi and Pat Gleason that I got signed by Pat.
Yeah.
This one with my
Oh,
Nightwing.
awesome.
Yeah, so I got to read this. Oh no. And then the last one is all of my Why the Last Man omnibus. Because I got to read that
Nice.
story. I heard amazing things and I haven't read it. So yeah. Hopefully I can read all these and amongst everything else that I read. Yeah. Kyle's been reading up like a storm recently, so.
That's what I've been doing. Been reading. Can't sleep at night, so I just read. But I'm not reading an omnibus like you're grabbing right now.
Well, they were here, and also I've been like needing to crack more into them recently. So, yeah.
All right, on to Jericho.
All right. So specifically, are we discussing what we're currently reading, or are we
Reading or
looking at?
collecting, like what you're currently reading or what you plan to read. Um, Nora just talked about her goals for the year.
Yeah, because I
It's
read
okay.
too
I
much.
just wanted to be
Yeah.
consistent.
So
No, because I have lists for all of those specific
I
things.
would say just
Let's
go
go.
with what you're currently reading and collecting.
Sounds good. Currently, I am reading. Let's start with the indies. I'm really liking the Energon universe. So, Transformers has been great. Duke, I enjoyed first issue. Cobra Commander came out today, and I enjoyed it as well. I think I enjoyed Duke more and Transformers more, but I'm obviously Cobra Commander was meant to be a different kind of a title, more horror, sci-fi. So that's been fun. Rare Flavors, Ron V. I really loved his Mini Desolate Star. So the same creative team putting together Rare Flavors, just like Demonic, Anthony Bourdain. So that's been fun. I've stuck with Beneath the Trees, granted, where I think we're only up to issue 2 or 3. That one has been, I enjoy it. It's definitely got me wanting to come back. I've caught up on Birds of Prey, and I am currently Wolverine 42 has been awesome. I want to catch this last run. Percy, I think they're wrapping it up on issue 50, so I think the Sabretooth War will be about 8 issues maybe. As well as X-Force, and then all of the Fall of X, Rise of X titles. So at the moment, I think Cable came out today, but also X-Men 30. But yes. And then what am I collecting? Or goals? Let's see here. Oh, I want to catch up on Rom V's Detective Comics Batman. Very highly recommended.
Pretty fun.
Heck yeah, man. You were one of the people, one of many who have recommended that. I was told the first couple arcs might be a slower burn, but it builds to where it's at now, which has been really fun from what a lot of people are telling me. Also, let's see here. Yeah, that's my big goal, is to catch up on that, because I know there's several issues of that. Goals this year, I'm trying to buy less new comics. Try to fill in some of the back stuff that I've been actually truly collecting. And yeah, enjoying what's been out so far. Excited to see what comes out. And then the one thing I also want to check out is DC's Outsiders. Someone told me it was like a brand new planetary. So I am willing to check that out. I am also enjoying mindless fun with JLA versus Godzilla versus Kong. And I'm excited with the new my pick of the week at the shop was Avengers Twilight. I really enjoyed it. It feels very similar in the vein of what I feel they're doing with Ultimate Spider-Man, with a mature, more adult storyline with characters. But yeah, Avengers Twilight I think it's a 6-issue limited series. It's Chip. The key word there, if you haven't figured it out, is Twilight, like the Twilight years of their lives, because I pretty much summed it up to a couple of customers as Golden Girls meets Avengers, and I'm here for it.
Yeah,
I am here for it. So yeah, loving it.
Yeah, we got one of those too.
Yeah, we haven't even touched new books yet, so
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend it. I got this one.
Ooh,
like the Scotty.
I almost picked the Scotty Young one. I had it in my hands, and
I mean, you've seen one Scotty Young cover, you've seen them all, but you know what? They're fun. And if I have to get rid of it, I feel like someone will want that.
It's the fun and cute side of Scotty Young. You're like, I just want it.
Yeah.
All right. But I hope you enjoy Twilight, Avengers Twilight.
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, Chris, what do you got? What are you reading or collecting right now?
Collecting. I'm going to try to get another one of the Incredible Hulks or 2 that I need. And then probably add to my signature series that I have a list of artists that I want to grab. I usually just buy them over sending them in, because then I can see different options, buy what I want. Reading. I want to read my all-new Wolverine that Nora had.
Oh,
Yes.
the Omni.
Yeah. I actually started maybe a week and a half ago, not very far in, maybe 2 books in, to my NYX hardcover I got at Half Price Books.
Oh, nice.
Lucifer Omnibus.
Yeah, I got those too. Oh, I'm so
I'm
much.
actually gonna get those from Admin Sean.
Yes.
I gotta remember to do that because he was gonna hook me up with them. So
There you go.
I was gonna ask, is anybody else getting a Dr. Eva vibe right now with Chris?
like
Like,
Yeah.
my collecting is also too random for me to list off. Like it could be something shiny that catches my eye that
Yeah.
day. I'm collecting it now.
that's true.
When I was putting together this outline, talking about goals and what we're collecting, I'm sitting back and like, I just pick up random crap when it comes to collecting. It's like if I see it, I want it, I buy it. And if
My
it's cheap,
collecting's in the moment. Like there's goals, but like there's also in the moment goals.
which reminds me, this weekend on Friday and Saturday, Most Wanted Comics is having their birthday bash.
Yeah.
Where thousands of dollar books. I'm pretty sure any of us go there, we're gonna pick up books we don't need, but we're going, well, we want this right now. So
I promise you I won't. No.
do we want to record that? Make sure you say that so if we do pick up something.
I know I won't. But I hope to be out there hanging out, having fun, and running into all you folks out there. This weekend's Most Wanted birthday bash sale is going to be a really big event. If you've been to any of their prior sales at the former dance studio, you know that they definitely lay it out there on the table. There's lots of good deals besides the dollar books. I believe there's additional sales on their wall books. They said free pizza while supplies last. Please
Cake.
make sure to check. And cake. Yeah.
I think
So
it's
check out the
Friday.
post. Get the Friday, Saturday,
Friday.
Sunday. I think.
No, Friday is the pizza and Saturday
Okay.
is the cake, and it's a church that they're having of that, so they're not going to do it on Sunday.
Well, I was gonna say I'd recommend everyone just finding the post either on Most Wanted or else on the exchange from Most Wanted. They have the address and all the details. But if you're looking for your dollar book, if you still have that itch like we all do regularly, this is the first big dollar book sale this year. It should be big, so come early, come prepared.
Come with
Chris,
dollars.
Did you have something in your hand you want to show there?
Oh yeah, I got this.
I give you
recently. You guys saw my awesome picture with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you like Hulk?
Is that Magneto?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Me like Hulk.
Sometimes I like Hulk.
It's come to my attention that you might like Hulk.
Wait, so, Chris, are you reading the current series or not? Are you just waiting for it?
I have them.
You have them? Nora even likes that series right now. Like the artwork's insane.
The more I hear people say that, the more I hold off reading it. You know what I mean? I think you guys know what I mean, because then if people are enjoying it that much, I'm not a great cliffhanger type guy. If I start a show at 11 p.m. and I can finish it by 5 a.m., I don't care if I got to get up at 6:30. I'm in. I'm now committed. So that's another reason why, like, when I really like something, I'll put it down, because, like, I love collecting and I love reading. I love a lot of different aspects of the comic world. So, like, if I really like it, I'm like, I'm going to collect mode with the comics, and I'm going to wait. And then I'll buy the trade paperback or the hardcover deluxe. And then eventually, like, Jericho, I don't know if he still has them. He might have passed them on, too, after reading them. I hooked him up with Immortal Hulk.
No, I got the full run of trades from you. I still got them.
Because I started getting the hardcovers, and I didn't get the omnibus of that because I like reading that so much that I don't want to hold an omnibus every time. I want to hold a smaller book. It's just easier, but
great run. Good stories.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, and
Found me for that one at Hot Comics in Richfield on one of the sale days.
Oh, really?
Love it.
Yes.
well, yeah, and Immortal is such a great series too.
I just like Al Ewing a lot.
I think
Mhm.
in the last 30 minutes we realized we've mentioned Al Ewing multiple times.
Yeah, we've met him, okay?
Yeah, he was a man of few words. He didn't talk that much.
He's my
remember.
dad. Take that.
Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
One-upping
But
each
yes,
other.
he is a very quiet person.
very
I thought you were
quiet.
going to say, but yes, he is Jericho's dad.
He is his father.
You guys are nothing alike. Basically, where I'm reading is everything that Jericho mentioned. It felt like, our reading habits are identical. Our collecting habits sometimes are identical when it comes to the X-Men. You have
Yeah.
more, but right
just
now
stuff.
from a collecting standpoint, I haven't really been doing much, but that is one of the goals this year is to get back into actually diving into collecting again. But Tomb of Dracula is mostly Tomb of Dracula and old horror comics is where I'm at for that, and X-Men stuff. But
I'll message you later this weekend. I have a line on some older horror stuff if you're looking. I'll let you know. Don't worry about
Nora's looking at you right now like we need to save money.
Oh, well, we don't have that stuff. Just a
No,
lot of
you do you, okay?
But
famous last words of a dude on the couch.
hey, I
You do
spend
you.
every night on the couch. Okay.
Fair enough.
Just
Fair
by choice.
Whoa. This
Well.
isn't a dating.
I opened the wrong door there. No, it's cool.
No, but what are you reading or what are you wanting to read?
We haven't.
Kyle.
So right now,
I thought you were gonna keep talking.
yeah, I have 2 books right here. 2 series I want to finish this year. And I have never read all of Sandman.
Shame.
Like,
Absolute shame.
I've read the first 2 volumes of it, but
Shame.
it's a commitment.
You
And,
bought
like,
them all for me too. We have
Yeah. And another commitment, and it's based off a show that is very popular, so I've been wanting to read it, is Invincible. Like, we
it
have
was
all
a
3
comic first.
we have all 3 compendiums that we
Yeah.
haven't. You've read most of it. I've only read like the first chapter, the first issue.
Yeah, I've got to
So-
finish it. It's in my finish pile.
But yeah, that's what I'll be reading this at least in 2024 to begin. So, is there any? So I don't know if we talked about this in the last episode. It was before the holiday. Was there any cool gifts that you got this holiday season? Any nerdy gifts that you got? I know, Paul, you talked about using up your Christmas money to get Secret Wars, right? So.
Yeah, so I that was a gift from somebody who I work with. She's not particularly a huge fan of comics, but her husband is, and apparently he has a wall-to-wall collection up in Duluth. So she's like, Paul, I know what you're gonna do with this. Here's an Amazon gift card. And I appreciated it because she gets me.
She gets you.
It's awesome.
Anybody else, had a nerd miss? So
I think it's just
I
us.
feel like it's been a while already.
My wife just usually tells me to go buy things that I want for Christmas. I enjoy
Yeah, you
getting
got a Marvel. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I enjoy getting her gifts, but she doesn't ever know how to shop for me. Wait, actually, my sister gave me a Captain Marvel Adventures '97. She went into Issues Needed and said, "Hey, I'm Chris's sister. What can I buy for him?" Jason's like, "He has this in his box." She's like, "I will buy this." It was pretty cool. I didn't think I was going to get a comic from anybody, and I was like, "Wow, I actually want that. How did you know?" And then she told me that story, so that was kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Jason's
I
always
got a
wearing.
Marvel light up sign. I was gonna say that's about it. I kind of get the same thing. It's tough to shop for me, but I made sure I was taken care of for the
You
Christmas
saw?
season for comics.
Didn't I look at that sign at your house the other day when I was like, I need to check this. Isn't it in your windowsill?
Yeah, Chris was even excited about it when he saw my Marvel sign.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? And I had to like actually bend and reach for it. That's how excited I was.
Mhm.
Next, we got to get you a Liefeld sign.
Oh, I'm not going over to his basement anymore then.
Oh, did Kyle go away?
You've offended Kyle. Now Kyle
He's
is
so
Kyle.
jealous of a potential Liefeld sign.
Whenever you say Liefeld, he gets diarrhea.
That is true. I'm not gonna lie, that's true.
He just ran that fast to the bathroom and ran back.
Maybe a
What?
DC sign. We'll see.
No, I just wanted to grab something that we're on this conversation, so I just wanted no one to see my butt crack when I got moving. So
What did you grab?
well, we haven't got.
We'd probably get 9 more viewers if that happened, Kyle.
Oh, we shooting at 15. Like get Kyle's butt crack and it gets 15 views.
I can't be part of this.
No.
Jericho's out.
You're gonna have to suck up your pride and just keep going, Jericho.
Well, I promised the judge.
Well, Nora, do you have anything you want to share before I share something? Oh,
I don't think so. Why?
no.
Share something. Nora.
What is this something? I
No,
need
I'm
to
talking
know.
about for the holidays. Like, is there anything
Oh, well, I don't know if I
Got you a
have
proposal?
anything in close proximity.
She's like, Kyle, you're a bad gift giver. Don't.
No, we do have a nerd mess every year, but I can't remember what is.
that? Okay,
What
so
pagan holiday are you speaking of?
no, so the funny thing is, there's nothing that we got each other really, because most everything we got was from Jason at Issues. Felt like you got a lot of
He
trades.
gave you Christmas presents?
We bought them
Sure,
for
yeah,
each
let's
other.
just say that.
What?
Sure.
No, like when we did a lot of our Christmas shopping at Issues, but
Oh, I think I see what you're going with.
our parents and my sister though were the ones that gifted us stuff, like nerd stuff. My parents decided to buy us tickets for Uncanny Experience, so that was one of the bigger gifts that we got, if not the biggest, was for that. And my sister, who is trying to become an artist, decided to draw something for us. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna give myself the full screen here because if she's watching, she might get a little pissed off that we're sharing this. But she drew the TMNT little like guys
Yeah.
for
The
us.
chibi.
Yeah,
Chibi
that's what,
Turtles.
that's what I
So-
thought too.
She
Good
did that
job.
for us for the holidays.
Yeah.
She's trying to get the kids more involved in drawing, and she figured if she does it, the kids gonna want to do it too. She had no clue that Nora and I were huge TMNT fans either.
Well, then,
And she
she
just-
got us something else too, right? A hardcover of the Turtles.
Oh yeah, Last Ronin,
Yeah.
the Lost Years. So yeah,
Yeah.
as you guys can tell, when it's the holiday seasons, it's nerd mess for Nora and I. Everything's comic related purchasing. So except for her mom and dad. Her mom and dad are like, you guys need practical stuff. So
True.
Do they buy like socks?
Socks,
Well, actually,
underwear.
it's still books or.
well, usually it's like here's a few novels and autobiographies,
Yeah.
and then here's some money to buy food.
Yeah,
And then
pretty
you buy
much.
comics.
And then
Yeah.
we buy comics.
So,
Yeah.
it's food for the brain. But on the topic of Uncanny, Nora and I getting tickets for that. I want to jump into 2024 goals, and one of the things I had here, we kind of already jumped on reading and collecting, right? If you guys want to add anything else to that, or you You guys good?
Okay.
So then I have two things to talk about for 2024 goals. Is one, individually attending shows themselves, and us as an exchange. Let's talk about what is our individual goals for attending shows this year. And that could be the MCE shows or any show going on in the state. So
I now work weekends, so I'd have to take time off. I don't have the PTO right now to do that.
Well, on that note,
I won't be there. Oh, I was just gonna say that some do have Fridays. I will be at work, but you can just go there by yourself, hang out on a Friday.
I will. If
Nora
there
Nora can tell you that I'm the type of guy that takes a Friday off of a show to go to a show. So
Yeah, it's true.
I'll be at our shows, by the way, because I'm going to be using my awesome floating holidays for it. But I am going to be using some PTO because I believe I will be assisting at the Uncanny Experience, but I also believe the MCE will have a community table there. So get tickets, come say hi, check us out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be there hanging out. I don't know who will be there yet, but we'll be there.
Well, obviously Nora and I would be there, but
Yes.
having tickets there too.
Sure, we'll have some admins there. I think there's some guys in here that'll be there.
I'm hoping to be there.
Yeah, it's so fun.
That should be cool.
It's so fun.
And I gotta say though, for shows, they've gotta draw me there. Uncanny Experience, they're good. Plus, I expect to be there in some way, shape, or form anyway. But it's such a cool experience.
Yeah.
When it's big shows, give me reasons. Give me reasons. Take the time, do the travel, spend the money. I look forward to seeing what they've got for me.
I got a question quick from something that Jordan said. So, like, I think everybody in this chat, maybe if you're going to invest the time and money to even go to the show, the people in this chat, I think, and I think a lot of people in the group, collectors in general, are going to then probably plan to spend some money there.
Yeah, so Nora and I, we've done the big shows. We've done New York, we've done C2E2. Even the shows here at Twin City Con, Uncanny, you go there with the intent to spend. And the drawing factor for most of those, for at least Nora and I, have always been the guests, like who the creators, not like the movie stars or the TV actors, but like Artist Alley, who's going to be there. I think Chris and Jordan, you guys saw us in Artist Alley at Twin City Con. Like that, we were like all over the place there. And Chris, you're right. We tend to drop money at creators tables. So
yeah, it was fun. And here's the thing. I mean, I want to see creators and I want to buy comics. So if the creators aren't pulling me there, then we have awesome shops around here. There's shows that are super inexpensive, they're easy to get to. There's our show that's, free admission, free parking, super easy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's other places that my comic dollars are well spent. So for the big shows, for that kind of commitment, and we had a great time. I mean, had a great day, but like, for the time and cost, it's all about the creators they're going to bring for me.
I mean, to go back to Twin City Con, I did not realize that Phil Hester had Midwest ties. And we all sat there talking to Phil Hester for a couple minutes. He seemed interested in the exchange. So it was like, well, look at this. We have a pretty well-known creator interested in the exchange now. So.
He seemed like a super nice guy, too.
Mm-hmm. I think sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so one of the goals too is actually for this show is to start getting creators on the show, local creators, creators from Midwest. It's to exactly what you're saying, Jordan, is to draw more eyes and get the attention. And I feel like if we can get guests to be on the show, that would do that too. So,
I mean, the creators are the ones that make the comics what they are. So I think that's a really important part of shows. Like bigger shows, you're gonna have polls for celebrities and all those people. But if someone is there to meet, I don't know, Adam Driver, I don't know, then they're also gonna walk. They could walk by a table that they don't even know about comics, and they could see, oh, this looks cool. Like I'm gonna look at this. I'm gonna read it. It's $5. Cool. I mean, like there's polls to get people in who don't read comics or who are just more pop culture centered. So I think shows like cater to everybody in every which way, and I think that's just really cool. From big shows to small shows, it's just magical.
as you can tell, Nora and I love doing shows.
I just love the being around people who love the same things. I think it's cool.
Now, Paul, you've only done the MCE shows, right?
I did that, and I did Minnesota Con this last year too. Then no, that's it. That's it. So definitely one of my goals is to be out and about, experience some more fun. Because like Nora said, I think being around people with similar interests sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
So not to, get your hopes up, but Twin City Con, we got in as press for this show. So if you're a constant, presence on this show, you might have a chance of getting in there for free. So
yes.
So and if you like talking to creators all the time, like Nora and I, we've met more creators just BSing with them at the shows than Instagram or Facebook. So that's where I love that whole aspect. So
my goal for this show is for Paul to be the second most famous Paul to Minnesota, behind Paul Douglas, Weatherman.
Baseball player Paul Molitor. So
no, we're not giving him credit.
Oh, he's old.
I can't even tell you who that weatherman is.
It's all right.
Sorry, Chris.
No Paul Molitor?
No, I know Paul Molitor. The Paul.
Yeah.
I went to Cretan technically, so I have a little.
You have to. It's in
I
grade.
have to know who the.
That's
Paul
on the test.
There's no test.
Joe Mauer.
So. Yeah, Joe Mauer, Paul Molitor. Then you pass.
Jericho, if I recall correctly, you're not a big fan of big shows. You like the small and more intimate shows. So.
Not even about the size. I'm there to buy comics. Like all the reasons that you guys like going. That's cool, but
that's
I'm not
for
paying
you.
them. That's for you. That's fine, and I'm excited for you. But
like you guys
I just want to look at comics. And quite frankly, I don't even want to do it with a lot of people. But yeah, I like comic books. I mean, yeah, I don't do a lot of big shows.
You set up 1,000. You set up 100 long boxes in the middle of an Iowa cornfield. Jericho's there.
I'll show up.
But
if you tell me I got to pay $15 and then wait in line to talk to Eric Estrada, not happening. Like, I'm not into that. But I'm all for it. Yeah.
You're okay with the random cornfield that you may not come back from.
It's just the fact that there's comics there. It's just the fact that there's comics there.
Who would you wait in line for $10 or $15 to talk to?
I don't know, $15. It seems pretty low for price. But yeah.
I can't think of anyone. I can't think of anyone.
Are you sure it's not Elizabeth Hurley? So,
what's that?
Elizabeth Hurley? Oh.
No, I wouldn't want to talk to her. That would ruin everything.
Alexander Daddario?
No. I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna assume it's some girl.
I thought that you liked Alexander Daddario.
No, you confused me with Dean. I think it was Dean that was raving about her.
Oh.
I still don't know who she is,
Okay.
to be
that's
quite
good.
honest with you. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, who? Yeah. At Walmart, the lady asked for my ID. I don't know who's this person. No, I like comic books. I go for the comics. No knock on shows, but like, yeah, when I do get to go and I go with friends and we hang out, like that's fun. But like, I'm not into signatures or autographs. I don't mind. I'll sit in for panels. Like that's something I'd be interested in hearing more from. But I don't have a desire to meet them or speak to them. I'm quite fine with the mystique, and I'll enjoy your art for what it is, and I'm all right with that. So, yeah,
I'll just
still buy
say
your
this,
books.
and I'll just say this, and this is not to keep pumping out and promoting the Uncanny Experience. Their panels were fantastic.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
you know,
and I mentioned excited for that because, well, first of all, you guys are excited to go, and I'd like to go with you guys and be a part of that. But also the panels and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, you would want to sit in the room with Chris Claremont just to hear what he's got to say, right?
Yeah, but you guys tell stories like I should be afraid of his wife, so I have mixed feelings about it all. No, it's fine. Like I don't idolize like Chris Claremont. I think he's written stories I enjoy, but
there's also stuff
okay.
that
just another dude over there.
Yeah.
So what? Go right. Don't come talk to me. Put out a fucking better Gambit story for fuck's sake. Sorry, are we past our hour mark? But anyways, that's what I would say. I'd pay to see Chris Claremont and tell him to give me a better give me a damn Gambit story that I cheer for. Right?
Probably
that'll
agree.
cost $10.
$10? That's worth it.
Yeah, that'll cost $10.
Yeah. Watch
Well,
this year early 15.
And then I'd want
October. It's gonna
and
happen.
I'd pay the other $10 for my 20 to ask Peter David to sit down so that you could read Tom Taylor's All New Wolverine. Like, hey Pete, would you tell her that Tom stuff? Just tell her to read Tom stuff. Pete's cool, I think. I've never met him. Maybe have you? Have you met him?
Yeah, we met Pete.
Cool.
Of course you have.
Yeah. We talked about Young Justice, wasn't it? We talked about or
no, it was Aquaman.
Aquaman. Yeah. So
nice.
No, and yeah, you're right. And Young Justice.
Yeah, Young Justice.
Right.
Yeah, we talked on the scripts.
Yeah.
That we still have signed over here on the ground that should not be collecting dust. That's no way to treat that. All right, so now that we've been talking about shows, we could talk about our show or in the exchange as a whole. Of the 6 people here, what's the goal we have for the exchange this year?
Grow the community.
Yeah, which is always a goal. But I'm looking forward to new ways of doing that, or ways that we haven't put as much time and energy into. I think representing the MCE at other events and functions, just as an organization and a community builder,
outreach.
Whether it just be tabling or just being there and having fun. I think that's something that I look forward to doing more for the exchange. I look forward to seeing more posts from shops, more interaction on sales. There has been a lot of activity online, whether it be interest, whether it be questions, whether it be sales. It's been great. So please keep it up. We truly appreciate it. Give us something to moderate. Yeah,
I agree with all that. I'm easy to please. I just want more of the same. I think things have been great. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, you are. Sorry.
We still got a minute and a half before getting nasty, okay?
I also want to I want to keep we all are on Facebook, right? That's where the exchange group is. There's not a lot of good groups out there. There's a lot of spam groups that are selling you duct cleaning and whatever else. And there's a lot of toxic groups, and there's a lot. I'm on Facebook a lot. That's how we share the stuff. We have to be on scrolling to see the stuff to share, and we see the other stuff while we're scrolling. A goal for mine is I want to keep the quality group we have across the year, and just want to keep it a good place.
Yeah.
Come here to enjoy stuff, have fun, and share community.
Almost a safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, you got anything you want to add to that? I know you're fairly new to this, so
Yeah. Well, what I found in an experience in diving into the exchange is that it's full of people who have diverse interests in how they approach comics, but we all love comics. So if you want to post about what you're reading right now, if you want to post about the types of collections you're looking for, if you want to post about what you're selling, whatever, there's people in this group for you. And I want, like what Chris was saying, this to still be a community that has a bunch of different interests and people that want to meet people where they're at with their comic book experience.
Well said.
Mm-hmm.
now that was very etiquette way of putting it. Nora, before we came on, we were talking about the goal that you had with the exchange.
Oh, I mean, I think the goal, everyone can agree, is to also bring on more women. Like, we've been talking about that for a while. So,
Yeah.
trying to think through like target points on how that can happen, because you can't just pull random people in, But yeah, just to kind of think through how we can outreach that and grow on it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, and then obviously we've had the platform as Facebook. We've grown organically with the exchange. I'm also looking at the way that this live stream and what we can do from a media perspective continue pushing the exchange to grow as well. Get out there, have a presence. You can show how positive and welcoming the exchange can be for those who aren't in the group. That can say, hey, if you're in the Midwest or Minnesota area, there's this exchange, this group on Facebook that does more than just any other group that you go on, any other comic group on social media. So
Yeah, there's a lot of buy sell trade groups. I think we're quite a bit more than that.
I do think there is that misconception that is what we are sometimes, and I think we've grown to the point where people realize like the exchange is more than just buy sell trade; it's a community. So
I think once you make the attempt to apply and join, I think you immediately see exactly what we offer. Not just with the activity, but the ways people participate, from the buying, the selling, to the questions, to the grading things, to the, hey, is there a sale going on, or what events are going on? Our feed represents a lot of those different interests. And so, yeah, I guess it's sort of just getting people to the door. We'll get them to walk through. So.
Yeah, and you can't help what people are going to think but the Monday after they join, they're going to get a welcome from Jericho and a bunch of people saying, hey, thanks for joining,
Mm-hmm. I gotta fix that now you mention it. But
it's hard. It's hard to feel that welcomed on Facebook sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I have been pleasantly surprised, but also very encouraged in that as time has gone on, people's interaction with the exchange, whether they're new, they're old, they've been here a while and they learn, it's there. I'm always amazed by how many people we have constantly checking the thing throughout the day, over the week, over the month. And it's easy for me to encourage others, especially shops or vendors, to post here when I can say every day and any day during the day, any hour during the day, there's 1,000 people looking right here, and you're a message or a drive away to making a sale. And that's an opportunity not everyone can offer, let alone for free. So,
Chris, I remember in the last episode you were talking about how by posting on the exchange, you could promote your shop. With when we had Tommy on. So Nora and I are in Issues Needed, and someone's talking about how they saw the long box post on Issues, and that they were curious what was going on with that. So a post on the exchange drove in somebody going to Issues Needed. So
there you go.
Good.
Always sending people to Jason.
and he appreciates it. I think he appreciates it with him and his mustache. So I got two more things to talk about. If you just want to talk about one, or we're going to talk about both. One of them is things that you're excited for from a story and media perspective, or dive into fantasy football. What would you guys want to do?
First one.
First one, just go right
What was
ahead.
it?
That's my vote.
What was the first one?
No, I
Not
mean we could do
football.
both. We can do both. You know, talk a little bit about both too, because I think Jordan wants to really talk about fantasy football right now. So,
Oh, okay.
Sure, talk about
didn't
fantasy
realize
football anytime. I can wait. I can wait another segment.
okay, all right. So,
Get out of the way now. I don't want to talk about football next week too.
dude, just because you lost doesn't mean you have to be sore about
I
it.
don't care. I gave up. I'll openly admit that shit. I'd rather talk football. I'd rather talk comics.
Here.
All right. So we kind of talked about some of the stuff already, but for this upcoming year, for 2024, is there any story or any continuation of a comic that you are looking forward to in 2024?
Well, I think this is pretty low hanging fruit, but I'm really excited for the build out of the new Ultimate Universe.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Ultimate Invasion and the kickoff of Ultimate Spider-Man 1, and there's a lot of more good stuff coming with some really good writers. So I'm pumped to find out how they build that universe back out again over at Marvel.
Yeah, second that.
Yeah, I agree.
I am too. I have that right here.
But if I was to piggyback on that,
So
I'm
good.
excited. I hope they don't overbloat the line. I hope they allow it to just build with Spider-Man at the first, Black Panther, and I believe it's Uncanny or Ultimate X-Men.
Yep.
X-Men, obviously I'm an X-Men fan, but more so, I'm a big fan of Armor, and I felt that she's been done wrong for years. Like, of all the things that character could do, you don't need to make them the Michelin Man every time, and then she becomes the dome for the base. Like, you could do anything. She could be a kaiju. She could be a freaking Gundam. She could have a stealth Guyver suit. She could make a giant battle axe out of her thing. Like, it could be anything besides Stay Puff. Like, I'm over it. So
That's so true.
I'm really hoping that is something new. I'm also very excited for Black Panther. I've got little hints as to what they're doing with the totems of the Panther, and then also with Khonshu. So we'll see exactly how they manage those kinds of totems with our characters. So yeah, and much just to connect back to what Paul did online, he mentioned that the foundation laid in Spider-Man is solid. I loved everything about Ultimate Spider-Man. So I am really excited to see what they do with all three of those titles. So,
yeah.
We were talking about that in the shop earlier about Ultimate Spider-Man, how it was one of the most well-written introductions or foundation-setting books in a long time, and that's John Hickman basically. It's like you know what you expect from Hickman. Also, that may be one of my favorite portrayals of J. Jonah in a while too, in that issue. So
well, and I think Hickman's been waiting to write a Peter Parker story, and he got to reboot it. So I think maybe I'm overthinking it, but those are two big things, and it's a different Spidey. If people don't recognize or realize that, I'm tired of hearing people whine about little kids getting their day. You know what? Here you go. Family man, job, 2 kids, mid-30s. I don't want to hear anyone complain. You know what I mean? It's for you, dude. It's a mirror.
Yeah, it's written for the comic collector, the comic reader right now.
Yeah.
I'm surprised though, Jericho, you haven't mentioned the ending of Krakoa era and the restart of X-Men.
It's coming up.
I was gonna say that. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I've been along for the ride. I just want to be able to get my end chapter and then reread the opening and to see how complete it is. Like, I already know the wheels fell off years ago, right? But we all want to see the wreck at the end and point at the things. Like,
crash and burn.
Oh, look at that. That's where they spun out. You saw the wheels lock. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm excited. And the rebuild.
I feel like the characters in X-Men's like that too. They just want to see it burn right now too. So
well, yeah. And that's why people who were not fans of the Krakoan age and who are hearkening for more of a traditional sense. The fall has definitely been more of a traditional feel. It might be from the stories and the environment of what they set up, but it's them on the run. They're hightailing it. They're the underdog, and then it's all gonna burn. So I'm here. I got my sunglasses and my mojito. Let's watch this thing.
So
Yeah, that pretty much describes me as a reader. I've dabbled a little bit in recent modern X-Men, and I'm a little bit more interested in checking it out again once it resets.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, I feel like it's not going to be anything substantial. I think this is just me. I feel like they don't have anything solid that they want to throw out. It's because I think they feel that people are burned off this whole age of things. So they're going to give us regurgitated 90s, 2000 stuff, like little mini series things. We're going back to the
Jordan
mansion. We're
wants
going to
that.
get Danger Room. Yeah.
Yeah,
and people are going to enjoy
especially
it. But
90s.
yeah.
Wasn't
Jordan
Ron
likes.
Liefeld one of the artists on Artists and Writers with the
Oh
new line?
God.
Back to the 90s.
I just feel that they're
I'll
going to
take
do that
it.
until they realize what sticks, right? We're going to get 3 years of 5 X-Men books that numbered 1.
So
Right?
this
They're
is like
just going to try a bunch of shit again.
so it's kind of almost like before Hickman took over and we had X-Men Blue, X-Men Gold, and all
all
that.
They
new,
might be
all
trying
different.
something. Well, I'm
X-Men
just saying
Magenta Orange.
the first title was X-Men Forever. I think that's the lead-in to the rebuild. But I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Go read Immortal X-Men 3, Kyle. And it's a Destiny issue, and all the timelines are listed in there.
You
And
said
you can
Immortal
decide
3?
you will see which ones have been touched on and which ones haven't. It's just deductive reasoning,
No,
or else
see, now
it's
you got
bad
now you got
writing.
Nora. You got Nora
Well,
intrigued. She's like,
no,
wait,
I
what?
didn't read the early Immortal X-Men. I got to go back and read that.
Yeah,
We have the trade.
Immortal was great too.
I didn't read it from the beginning. I just picked up on it around.
But yeah, there's a Destiny issue, and that's why I like reading Hickman and the X-Men stuff, because like the plan has been laid out if you can find it.
Yeah, and people are like, it's so confusing, but I'm like, well, if you read it,
I'm not even going to defend it. It is super confusing, but
they just don't want to read that sort of stuff, and that's fine. Like everyone's different. Yeah.
So we've been talking about Marvel though. Is there anything from DC or in DC looking forward to? One thing that comes to mind that just recently got announced is that Jason Aaron's taking over TMNT.
TMNT.
So
I think I might jump on and start reading that.
Yeah.
The question though is he just the glorified captain on a sinking ship?
Well, they're restarting TMNT.
Not TMNT, IDW.
Oh, IDW, yeah. TMNT is like the only thing.
I think there's a Deadpool for whether or not they see next New Year's party. Right? I'm just saying.
Or where would they? What would they do with Turtles then?
Oh, someone would pick them up in the
Someone would pick them up.
Someone would have to pick up the rights.
Yeah, probably Skybound. I see Sky if they don't have.
I could totally see Skybound getting the rights.
They got Transformers. Yeah.
They might actually call him up and ask, "Hey, dude, things
going
going down."
Yeah.
They probably already talked. They probably already
Turtles.
talked. He probably wants them. He probably already like bugged them about it.
Yeah. I don't like seeing comic book companies go flounder, but
the IDW is
IDW. The writing's been on the wall for the most part, and it's never a good sign when Marvel decides, "Hey, let's use your printers to make our books."
Marvel's paper has recently not been the greatest, or it's either the paper or it's the way they print it on there.
Last week, DC's paper last week was crap.
Yeah, I think they're trying to rush things, and I'm like, really, people, come on.
Paul, you're a DC reader, right?
Ben Riley.
I do like some DC. There aren't really any events that I have in mind. Other than that, I think Action Comics with Jason Aaron writing that one started off pretty well last week. And I'm interested in seeing where that goes, giving Jason Aaron a shot with an ongoing Superman title.
So the one thing that I'm looking at is Batman Dark Age that's coming out.
That's not like an ongoing or an event, but
No, it's
a limited.
Yeah, it's limited. But what I'm getting at is like that's what DC is good at, though. It's the limited series. Their ongoing stuff. it sometimes can, go on too long. Where the limited stuff just seems like perfect example is Tom King. When Tom King's doing a limited series, it's usually his best work. Although right now Wonder Woman's probably the best work DC has coming out, in my opinion. But
Really? Better than Rom V's Detective Comics?
I mean, we fell off
we
Detective,
fell off
but
a Detective.
the thing with Kyle and I are talking about what Tom King is doing right now with the Wonder Woman title, and he's basically, man, how am I going to put this? How did you say it, Kyle? Like, he's making basically everyone is out, like they're just like Amazonians. We want them dead. Like
Men
kind of,
hate women, basically.
yeah. Well, they're turning it so that the Amazonians are bad. So like the humans and everyone is like they're all what? What are you
No,
saying?
so they've framed an Amazon for murder, and
so
then
that's when they turned.
so it's kind of like in X-Men where everyone's turns against the mutants are bad, where they're kind of doing that with the Amazonians now.
But you were saying it's an allegory.
It's an allegory because about to get dark here for a quick second,
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit of a spoiler. A soldier commits suicide because Wonder Woman defeated him, and he felt like his masculinity was taken. So that's one of the premise of one of the issues.
Yeah.
But overall, Nora and I have our top 10 books video coming out for Noggin soon, and I actually ranked Wonder Woman higher than she did the first time. So
yeah, it's Tom King.
Higher than
yeah.
So, I mean, Transformers is extremely high on that list, but
okay, because I was just about to say, like,
yeah.
what are these things coming out of your mouth?
No, our lists are kind of similar, but also kind of different.
They're way different.
Transformers is so good, though.
Yeah,
and I'm not reading Transformers.
Yeah, so yeah, Nora's missing out on all of what they're doing right now.
I caught up on Birds of Prey just for you.
I do love it's on my list.
Transformers.
Okay, I will.
You might.
And you read Wonder Woman.
I'll read Wonder Woman. That's fine.
I'm gonna read Huckleberry Hound.
Ooh, there you go.
That's still a good read. All right, so now we talk about the stories. I think we kind of touched on this last episode with Tommy about upcoming films we're excited for, and I think we all said Deadpool. Like majority of us is all Deadpool.
Absolutely.
100%. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for Marvel hopefully trying to rewrite the ship, whether how bad or if even he thinks things went bad. It seems like they're trying to do some readjustments with story and a focus on different characters. So hopefully this year we'll have new stuff, So, but I'm excited for Echo. Enjoyed what I saw so far.
Oh, you didn't finish it yet?
No, I've been really busy. So, but I know it's only 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're kind of short. Like we were surprised how short some of the episodes were.
It's all right.
It ended up as a two-parter for me too.
What was that, Jordan?
It ended up as a two-parter for me too. 2 sittings.
Oh yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Paul, did you watch it yet?
I did. Yeah, I did, and I think it was exactly the right length for the story they wanted to tell.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a very condensed but almost easy to consume 5 episodes.
Yep. Definitely
that sounds like a refreshing change from the prior ones.
Yeah,
so.
The way it flows works really well.
Just having pacing and not giving me too much time over quality story. Like
and it seems like from the intro, like from their, the intro song and all the setup on there, I turned to Kyle at first and I was like, this seems like an old crime beginning.
Noir.
Yeah, not like crime noir, but those old CSI shows or whatever. Not Law and Order, but those CSI shows where they had just the cutting of it kind of reminds me of that. And I'm like, wait a minute, because we watched the first episode on Hulu. This is Hulu and Disney Plus. And Hulu, it had the commercial cuts really quickly. And I was like, wait a minute, is this on purpose or what? And then we watched it on Disney Plus and it did not have that. So my recommendation for anyone, if they haven't watched it, if you have both Hulu and Disney Plus, watch it on Disney Plus because it will not have those cuts. So
I'm so happy you clarified time crime because I'm
I'm
automatically imagining
confused.
like
No,
a bunch of people talking. Hey there, Copper.
No, it just has that old school, like, I don't know, did
Listen here,
anyone
you
else
see?
think of that?
1920s.
No, but
Yeah,
like did Jordan,
let's go down and
you
speak
guys,
easy.
did you think that same thing with the intro without spoiler or anything? Like the way they had the intro music with the way it came, like with what the, I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, I think they want to kind of like brand their Marvel Spotlight series,
Yeah.
and I wasn't sure what I was gonna think because it's not a major character. I'm not that familiar with her. It's kind of an obscure character in my experience, and I'm sure other people don't have that experience. I was like, there's such a rich tapestry of material that they can use. Why are they picking this one? And after watching it, I decided I kind of like the little, let's bring out this character, let's feature them, let's kind of raise them to awareness and prominence a little bit. And I mean, it's Marvel Spotlight. Maybe my guy Ghost Rider is coming, and a
There's
number of
rumor.
our guys. It seems like an easy way to
That'd be awesome.
do a short little series and introduce more characters into the universe.
Well, there's a rumor that this Halloween you might get something Midnight Suns related. So
Dang.
If that happens,
Whatever.
Jordan, you can come over to my house and we can link arms and watch on the couch.
Okay, maybe I'll bring my nomads. Is nomad part of that? My
Absolutely.
nomads that Fabian Nicieza signed when I was a kid. Got a whole bunch of them.
Fabian Nicieza wrote Cable One this week.
Yeah, we picked it
Yeah.
up. We haven't read it yet, but we picked it up. So, but yeah, that leads me to the shows. I think we talked about this last episode too. X-Men 97 coming out. Back to the X-Men animated show. But there's not much. I mean, I was really looking at it, and I think DC's got their animated feature that James Gunn's doing that's supposed to come out at the end of the year. The Creature Commanders.
Commandos.
Yeah. And then I'm drawing a blank right now what Marvel has coming out for their shows right now.
I think they pushed a lot of the stuff back.
They did. I think this is a very light year if you're not a Fox fan, basically.
Yeah.
Or Sony fan, I meant. But let's hop into something that Jericho doesn't want to talk about.
Kidding.
Wrap it up.
No, we're talking about a quick little talk about fantasy football and basketball. Jordan, this is all you, man. This is your time to shine like you did not do this year. So
Whoa.
My time to shine.
well,
Yeah, it was a little bit of a mixed bag for me. It was in the two different leagues, the ESPN league and the Yahoo league, and ended up with a up and down performance in the ESPN league, and ended up. I mean, in my mind, fantasy football, it's a game of attrition. You got to make sure that you're prepared to lose a guy here, lose a guy there, and still be able to put up the points that you need. And I was able to, march through a couple guys till I got to Kyle in the championship. And to go no further, I would like to present to you all. I posted in the group the second place prize. You'll see closely it says second printing. So maybe if I win next year, then I need to buy myself a first printing with the winnings. Not really sure. So that was the ESPN league. We had a live draft there, which was fun, and I ended up performing okay. And it's kind of a tale of two leagues here in the Yahoo league, and Kyle can relate to this.
we don't
John
talk about
Paul
Yahoo.
Swalty is here. it was tough. A little bit of bad luck, a little bit of other teams performing better than mine, and I was a strong seventh place finisher. which doesn't really get you much. But either way, we introduced that league as a new one, in addition to the ESPN one that had been, oh, there goes the earbud, going for a while. And we added a bunch more new people, which was fun. And expanded a little bit. Hopefully the audio's all right while I'm kind of readjusting over here.
You were good.
Nice. So I think total we've got about 20 people playing. A number of people were in 2 leagues, and that is strongly encouraged. I mean, if you're going to be in multiple leagues, give other people just a little head start to sign up, just in case people want to be in one. And I think it was a good time had by all. Things didn't go perfect in terms of flawless execution on everything, but as first year of a new league, and we'll make some adjustments and try and make sure it's as smooth as possible for everyone. Not that there was problems, but it's always a opportunity to improve. And the most exciting part to me about the Yahoo League is bringing in new people and sharing comics and fantasy football with additional people in the community. And so, looking toward next year, we've already got an expansion plan. And for the top finishers, so for the 6 people in each league that made the playoffs, they're going to be the first invitees to the MCE Contest of Champions League. And what that is a winners league, so to speak, kind of like relegation in the Premier League
Like
in
soccer.
soccer. Yep. Where you got to win to stay in, and so I expect to be a long-standing thing. And for you to stay in the league the following year in the Contest of Champions, you need to finish in the playoffs in the top. And what's going to happen is if you finish in the bottom of the league, now the beauty of multiple leagues is, whether you're playing in the 2 feeder leagues, we'll call them, which is what this year's leagues become, to try and make sure to secure space, or whether, maybe it's a down year, maybe last year, and you're working to get back into the Contest of Champions. You have 2 leagues you can do that in. So I know I'm starting to talk in circles, and hopefully that makes sense. And if you have questions, hit me up in the group. Let me know. I know a couple people already have mentioned they would love to be in next year, and we'd love to have you. So looking forward to that. We should have plenty of spots to include new people and more people in 2024. So yeah, that's what I've got for the wrap up for fantasy football this year and what you can expect next year. We also have our fantasy basketball league going on, and that has been fun. I think Paul really likes fantasy basketball and just hasn't told us yet. I've seen some clues. So we'll see about that for Paul and all the other big Wolves fans next year.
Now, I'll admit that I've been terrible at fantasy basketball, keeping up to date with the lineups. So,
Here's the trick. Anytime you have that thought, clearly that thought has crossed 2 of your minds, because I can see it on your faces. All you need to do is go to the ESPN app or league page and set your lineup for next week.
That's
done.
There we go. Amy wants to be in.
Nice. I look forward to that. So it's a weekly lineup league for fantasy basketball, meaning you set your lineup once. Once the week starts, then you'd be setting your lineup for next week if you make a change. So pretty low maintenance, but apparently some people need reminders.
Yeah, I think I'm so used to the football lineup sometimes that I just get distracted. But I would love to have Amy in it next year. I know Amy loves basketball, so she would probably kick all of our asses most likely. Except for Jordan. Jordan, this is the second year I've been doing this, and you just annihilate us. So
I've learned never to bet off against Paul. He's gonna quietly sit there. Don't worry, he's winning.
The wheels are already turning. I can tell. First year I did fantasy basketball was LeBron James' rookie year, so I've got a little bit of experience.
I don't know
LeBron
anything
James.
about basketball. We already
Yeah, I
talked
mean that's
about
how.
But now you know. Now Nora knows she has one more thing to remind Kyle about.
it. That's true. That's true, but that's on him though. He should make a reminder himself.
I get the alert on my phone, and I
Can you remind him about that? Okay, I'm done.
Kyle, you're an adult. It's okay.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes I'm just playing video games. Next thing I know, oh crap, forgot to set my lineup. Or reading a comic. Yeah. One thing I wanted to ask though, and this is just because it's coming up. It's January. Is there any inkling of a baseball league for the exchange?
I'm familiar with the baseball league, so I would play a baseball team.
You know what? Maybe I should take a look at
Chris,
if
you're
there's
muted.
something where, yeah, if there's something super that's super low maintenance. Because the thing about baseball is
It's a lot of work.
that I find I stop. Here's the truth. Before I got back into collecting comics, I was in fantasy baseball leagues.
Smoking crack
And I'm mostly retired now.
from crack.
You know, sometimes you need to make sacrifices to do things you like, and
For your
that
family.
sacrifice was fantasy baseball. So that's my answer to that question.
It was just something I wanted to bring up because we've expanded to 3 leagues in fantasy football now. We've got a 2-season league now in fantasy basketball, which Jordan, you're gonna win this year most likely, and then when Paul comes in next year, he's gonna destroy you.
I'll take second against Paul. That's fine.
I think you and Paul got a fight.
So you know.
But yeah, I wanted to bring up the topic of baseball to see if there's anyone in the exchange that wants to do it. It's been over a decade since I've touched fantasy baseball. I gotta admit, like you, Jordan, I just got burnt out. So,
I mean, if it was like a salary cap or like a daily fantasy where it was like a once a week kind of thing, and you could just kind of do some research against the salary cap real quick and just like pick a lineup for that day and not have a season-long commitment. I think I might be talking myself into it right now. I'm not entirely sure that might be happening.
I'm not even 100% clear on all the stuff you're saying. So, salary cap,
That's fair.
whole season.
It would come with instructions.
hopefully. All right. But I had a great year. Well, Nora and I had a great year this year. It's the first time that we've won the championship together. Nora, she tried, right?
It's all you.
Chris, you made a comment that you want to separate us in fantasy football.
Yeah, we got to
separate them. Got to separate.
So,
no more dividing and conquering.
Only one of you can be Noggin Comics in the league, so one of you's got to come up with a way snazzy, awesome name.
Oh, I could use the name that I am in Kyle's friend group that I can't say on here, but
well,
I'll
you
put it
use
in our private chat.
Yeah, Nora, you use the name of your choice.
I'll use
mind
you right now.
In the 3 years she's been in my friend league, she has the best record. So
y'all can see what I wrote. Hey, it has worked. So
I dig it.
It's very intimidating.
Well, there should be extra spaces.
I know.
We'll see. We'll see if Kyle will survive on his own. I think he can, but we'll see.
Hey,
maybe you can convince Amy to also do the. Oh no, Amy, you got to do your own. She wants to team up. There's no team ups apparently. We already tried that. Now you're gonna have to do you have to do the fantasy football and basketball.
Yeah. Plus, you don't want to split winnings if you win. Like,
oh no, he got the money. Hal did the legwork. He got
What?
the money. I don't know where it is, but he
It
has
went to
it.
food. I think it went
Yeah.
to food.
I was gonna say
Okay.
you better get her some
Have you
like Kit
been-
Kat bars or something delicious.
Look,
Have you been looking for this money?
I don't know where it went.
Like Nora's looking at their couch cushions and
Kyle's like, it's
cupboards.
in the coffee can. Nora, it's in the coffee can. And Nora's like, there's no fucking coffee.
Like,
So
I
you
bought the
don't drink coffee.
groceries. Like,
So-
I bought the groceries. So what did you buy? Comics?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
But if you did buy comics with your winnings, you should post them in the group on the thread with the winnings.
But block Nora from seeing it, right? Because she'd be like, wait a minute, how'd you buy this comic? So
It is a strong suggestion to use your fantasy winnings for comics.
Oh, I thought Jericho was frozen.
No, I'm here.
He was like,
Are we all gonna keep going? Are we gonna wrap up or what?
oh no, I was gonna say, do you guys have any final things you want to say before heading off for the week?
have a good week.
Yeah. Also, going into next week's episode, let us know what book you enjoyed the most this week. I think that'd be something.
Ooh.
I think that'd be something like every week we want the exchange members to interact with us. I know this is our first episode back from a few weeks, but we want the chat to be hopping. We want people to join us. We want interaction. So next week we're gonna be at the same time, same day, 7 p.m. on Wednesday.
We're gonna go back in time. Oh, sorry. I said
Yeah.
same day.
So same day, same time, same, okay.
Same bat channel. Same.
Yeah, now you know. Yeah,
There we
see,
go.
You think you never watched Batman 66, so
I know that. Oh, I know that part.
so. But until then, see everyone at the comic shop. Everyone have a good night. So.
Good evening.
Adios.
Don't hang up. Don't hang up.
Oh.